Let me start with a confession. Most NRIs, including me, have made at least one financial mistake while managing money across borders. And the scary part, you don't even realize the cost of that mistake until years later, when you're suddenly hit with a tax bill, or stuck with an illiquid property, or watching your hard-earned dollar shrink in value after converting to rupees. In this video, I'm going to walk you through some of the most common NRI investment mistakes that silently cost you lakhs and sometimes even crores over time. These are not just technical errors, they're emotional traps, psychological blind spots, and misinformed decisions that I've seen NRIs make over and over again. By the end of this conversation, you will walk away with absolute clarity, what to avoid, what to buy, and most importantly, how to protect your wealth as an NRI. Okay, let's get right into it. Mistake number 1, buying property emotionally without any ROI clarity. Let's start with the most obvious one, yet the most dangerous: property in India. For many NRIs, buying a property back home in India is not just a financial decision, it's an emotional one. It feels like settling roots or securing a fallback plan. But here's the truth. Real estate in India is no longer the shortcut to wealth it once was, especially if you're buying in panic or out of peer pressure or just to have something back home. If you are buying a property without asking, what's the rental yield? What's the resale liquidity like? What are the tax implications if I sell later as an NRI? Then you are not investing, you're simply locking up your capital. I've personally seen a lot of NRIs buying 2 to 3 crore properties in cities they haven't lived in for 20 years, only to realize that it takes 10 years just to recover your stamp duty, registration, furnishing and maintenance costs. And don't even get me started on builder delays and tenant hassles. So here's the simple rule. Don't buy a house in India unless you're clear on its ROI, its resale timeline and personal usage. Renting first is not a weakness, it's a strategic wisdom. Mistake number 2, not using your RNOR window properly. Now this one is a little technical sounding term, but it's one of the biggest missed tax saving opportunities for NRIs returning to India. RNOR stands for resident but not ordinarily resident. When you move back to India, you can claim this status for up to 3 financial years, during which you don't have to pay tax in India on your foreign income. Moreover, you can continue to hold your NRI fixed deposits without paying any tax on the interest. Yet 90% of the NRIs either don't claim it or they convert all their accounts to resident status right after returning and lose all these benefits. Just think about it. If you're earning passive income in USD or getting overseas pensions or dividends, having an RNOR status helps you keep those earnings as tax-free for a little while. That's a huge buffer while you resettle. The key is timing and intent. Know your return window, plan your account restructuring, and don't give up your RNOR status before you have to. Mistake number 3, keeping too much in NRI FDs. Now I get it, NRI FDs are safe, tax-free and easy to manage, but too many NRIs get stuck in this safe comfort zone and park 70 to 80% of their money in FDs. The problem? Today most NRI FDs offer 6.5 to 7% interest, but India's inflation average is around 6% and lifestyle inflation is often higher for returning NRIs. Plus when you become a resident, the tax-free status is also gone. Now your NRI FD interest is fully taxable and the net post-tax returns drop to just 4 to 4.5%. What makes this worse is that many banks automatically convert your NRI FDs into normal resident FDs once your visa or status changes, triggering tedious deductions without warnings. So what's the smarter approach here? Keep a portion in liquid FDs only for emergencies, but channel the rest into well-diversified mutual funds, ETFs, or global dividend-paying assets that at least beat inflation. Mistake number 4, ignoring tax on Indian mutual funds after returning. This one surprises people the most. Many NRIs start investing into Indian mutual funds while living abroad. Great. But when they return to India, they forget that the entire tax treatment changes. As an NRI, you're subject to TDS while redeeming your mutual funds. As of recording this video, equity gains are taxed at 12.5% LTCG after 1 lakh, and any debt fund gains are taxed at slab rate due to April 2023 rule changes. But once you become a resident, TDS doesn't apply. But now you have to self-report and pay advance tax if your capital gains cross 10,000 rupees. And here is the kicker. Many NRIs return and continue doing the redemptions without updating their KYC from NRI to resident. This not only creates compliance risk, but can also lead to rejection of transactions or double taxation. So if you're returning soon, plan your mutual fund redemptions during your RNOR window. And do consult your financial advisor to rejig your portfolio into tax optimal funds as per your resident status. Mistake number 5, not accounting for INR depreciation in your portfolio. This is a long-term risk that eats into your purchasing power slowly but surely. In the last 20 years, Indian rupee has gone from 43 rupees per USD to over 83 rupees. That's nearly 46% depreciation. Now, if you're retiring in India but have your future expenses in dollars, like for kids' education, travel, or even global medical care, and if you haven't hedged any of your corpus into USD based assets, then you're taking an invisible hit. For example, a 10 lakh international education bill today could easily cost you 17 to 18 lakhs in 7 to 8 years from now, just because of currency shifts. Allocate a part of your retirement corpus into USD based assets. For example, stocks or global ETFs, or foreign equities via LRS or feeder funds. This creates a natural currency hedge and keeps your dollar spending power intact. And mistake number 6, not properly planning for repatriation and FEMA compliance. This is one more underrated mistake, especially for NRIs who have heavily invested in Indian mutual funds, real estate, or unlisted shares. Once your residential status changes from NRI to resident Indian, your FEMA, that is Foreign Exchange Management Act classification, changes too, which means any existing NRI mode investments, especially mutual funds bought under NRE or NRO accounts, may need reclassification. Also, when you try to repatriate funds back to your foreign account, maybe for education, family support, or relocation, you might need to face some limits, fill additional forms, or even bank scrutiny if your source of funds are not properly documented. The mistake most NRIs make is that they wait until the last moment and then they panic, miss deadlines, and pay even more taxes. So what's the solution? Very simple. Document everything. Keep your income, repatriation, or any investment records absolutely clean. And always speak to your CA before making any large fund movements. Trust me, a little compliance planning can save you months of headache. Okay, as an NRI, we already operate in a more complex financial world. 2 currencies, 2 tax systems, dual investments, and big emotional decisions like moving back, buying a property, or planning for family. So it's completely understandable to make mistakes. I have made them too. But it's not okay to be blind to them, especially when just one small correction can save you lakhs over the long term. The key is awareness, clarity, and a willingness to treat your NRI wealth like a business, not just like a safety net. If you found this video useful, please hit like and do consider subscribing. It really helps reach this content to more NRIs like us who are trying to do it the right way. And do write me in comments, what's the one financial decision you made as an NRI that you now regret or would do it differently? Okay, this is all I had for this video. I'll see you soon in another interesting video. Till then, you take good care of yourself. This is me, Pratik, signing off from NRI Whizz. Over and out.